Hello everybody, today we are going to be ranking all the 16 Nitro courses original to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, originally released on the Wii U. Now you may be wondering, why aren't you doing the base game tracks and all the tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or why aren't you doing the booster course pass while you're at it? Well, I don't have the time for those kinds of videos right now. And for somebody with 5 subscribers, I don't think I could be making like 3-hour videos. Especially since I use slides, but, prepare for hot takes if you're dumb. And, well, anyways, just, sit back, watch this, have a good time. My last ranking video was like 55 minutes long and nobody watched it, so I'd like you to watch that. I tried to make this one better, so let's take a look at the ranking. Credit to the guy who made all these, and this is Bone Dry Dunes. The older desert tracks are surprisingly, there's only like a couple of good desert tracks. There is Calamari Desert and Sunset Wilds from what I played. And I've heard that Dry Ruins is okay, but I don't know. Really, I haven't. But I haven't played Mario Kart Wii, so it just kind of falls into the same pitfalls as normal desert course. It's a very bland course. Like, the music sucks already. You've already told that. And it's like very boring. Like a couple of splits. Like, who cares about that? There's a plant, I guess. And there's that side part, I guess. I don't know, like a couple of spinny things. And like a couple trick ramps before that. And then there's that little bridge up there. And that's essentially the entire track. A couple of splits. Then there's a couple of splits. And then in one of the splits, one of the roads could lead to another split road. And yeah, it kind of just describes it as boring with a couple of splits. I mean, that's how I describe it. That's it. I mean, it's just very boring, and yeah, it's the worst course in Mario Kart, the worst Nitro course in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So, anyway, next. Okay. Number 15. Okay, so yeah, ghost tracks. Am I right? Laugh track. Anyways, well, there's a lot of ghosts. There isn't that many, but it's one of those reoccurring themes. Like, no matter what, there's gonna be at least maybe one in every other Mario Kart game. There's the Ghost Valleys and the original. There's Banshee Boardwalk, and there's Broken Pier and Boo Lake. There's Luigi's Mansion, and DS, and then the most recent one, Twisted Mansion. Now, would you believe me if I said this sucked? Because it is just so boring, man. Like, it's kind of like the same as Dry Ruins. Like, it's so repetitive of a theme that now when they do it, it just doesn't sound fun, to be honest. It's so boring. Like, there's a split pass, so, like, and this isn't even like the older ones where you could fall off. No, it's just like here. And then, I don't know, you drift into, I don't know why it's underwater here. Why is there underwater here, though? Did they just say, oh shoot, we have to hide underwater, put in the ghost course. Like, I imagine that's exactly what they said, and yeah. There's that little top part. It really just reminds me of Bone Dry Dunes with its design, now that I think about it. There's these little ghosts with the hammers, and that's it, I guess. I mean, that's really all you have to talk about with this course. it's so repetitive of a theme. Like, there's nothing new about it. Like, even if it isn't like the older ones, it still feels like Luigi Mansion from DS, which the DS version is way better, to be honest. And it's just not very fun. It's not good at all. It's just boring. Anyways, next track. Yes, Water Park, the second track in the entire game. Now, there's the two types of tracks that are in this game. The two different types of tracks that are in this game. They are, there's two groups of tracks in the Mushroom Cup. There's the pretty good ones, and there's the boring ones. And this is one of the boring ones. Water Park. Like, the name is boring. Like, Water Park. Water Park. Wow! Like, am I supposed to be excited? Like, it pitfalls because it's a Mushroom Cup course. Like, if it was like a Star Cup course or something like that, it could have been like a slide with water rushing you down, kind of like Wild Woods or Koopa Cape. At least the original one. The newer one isn't too good. That's okay. And there's a turn that's underwater. I don't think they have the map on, but essentially the map just, I'm pretty sure, but like don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the map just looks like this. That's how the map looks. It's just boring, to be honest. It's a circle, it's underwater, and I don't really like underwater tracks, to be honest. I don't like the underwater for some reason. I just find it like an okay gimmick. Like, it's okay to use it, but I'd rather race on land. And really, that's all I have to talk about, I guess. It's just underwater. There's another water track that definitely overshadows this one, and it's kind of just mid. Where's the peanut M&Ms? Oh, look, Sweet Canyon. Look at all those colors. Look, piss water. It's the piss water. Wow. I mean, yeah, this is one of those sweet tracks where it doesn't seem boring, though. It doesn't look too good, though. Because Mario Kart 8 has a realistic art style, which makes this look less colorful and more washed out. And it's a turn, and that's the map. I mean, half of it's just a split, and that's not very free. I mean, that's not very interesting. Like, split course, I don't really like those, to be honest, because if you're in second place and you're trying to red shell first place, but you're on two separate paths, you can't really do anything about it. Like, that's good and all, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's just, there's a cannon. I mean, yeah, but I mean, yeah, what do you expect me to say about this? It's too boring. Like, there's nothing to it. It's a Mushroom Cup course. It's boring. There's not a lot to it. So, I mean, I don't know what else to describe it with. So. Yes, the reason why they named it Mario Kart 8, not the fact that it's the 8th game. No, it's because the Mario circuit is shaped like an 8. I mean, I gotta imagine Peach is balling out though, because how many castles? Almost every single game has Peach's castle in like one of the tracks, and that is interesting. Because how many, either they keep rebuilding it around that castle, A, or B, Peach just has like 15 different castles, which is probably B, to be honest. It kind of hurts my brain how this works. but essentially you kind of loop around the top. It kind of hurts my brain how this works, but I mean, it's a nice Mario circuit. It's a nice enough one. It's just that there's not a lot to it. I mean, the older ones were kind of better, but I mean, it's still a good track. It's just that, I don't know. It's just that it's fun, it's nice, but I just don't have a lot to say. There's a couple of tricks, and I like that glider section at the end of Goombas, but I mean, it's one of the more forgettable tracks. If it wasn't a Mario Circuit, it would be forgettable. I mean, and those are already forgettable. So, yeah. They should call this Seizure Land. So yeah, there's those gifs of the, yeah, I really didn't like this when I was younger, and I don't, I mean, it's grown on me a little bit, but I don't really like how bright the colors are. Like, my parents say they don't really like the Rainbow Roads because of the bright colors. And they don't like this track either because of that, and I'm gonna be honest, I understand that. It kind of hurts your eyes though, like all those bright colors. I feel like, yeah. If you do have like a tendency to have seizures, then yeah, do not play this course. I mean, it's got the split path again. It's got a lot of cool music stuff, like Music Park. Like the little thing that goes like, that was on earlier. Wait, where is it? Like the one that goes like, there it is. I mean, it's about to go on it. Yeah, see that one that goes with the music. That's cool. That's really cool. Then there's the split path, and then there's the split path gimmick again. I don't like split paths, but I mean, there's a lot of glider sections though. That's cool. I mean, these glider sections are pretty cool, but I mean, I like the glider sections, but I feel like big jumps are also cool. Like, I feel like if you had like enough like of a like if you like gave like a super boost off that, you jump all the way down, I feel like that'd be really cool. But I mean, you have to add gliders in some way, so yeah. I mean, it's nice. I like how everything like bops to the music. I kind of like the aesthetic if it weren't so eye-burning, and I think it's a good track. The map's a little complicated, but I mean, it's not my favorite, but I'll pick it over quite a couple of other courses in this game. Yes, the first track in this game. Probably one of the best first tracks of any racing game, including GameCube Luigi Circuit, which I haven't played, but I've heard it's really good. And then, I don't know, Crash Code or something like that. No, Crash Code Circle. Maybe we should demote that. But unlike all the other first courses in Mario games, this one in racing games, I mean, first off, this isn't a circuit. It's technically a stadium, but I kind of mix those two together. But anyways, this is the first one where there's a little more complexity to it, including there's also Electrodrome. First off, there's the ramp right there. There's a ramp right there. You can hit a speed boost, and then there's that little part that goes all the way up and goes back down. You see that? That's really good. Speed down. You go down, and then there's that part you could cut off. I mean, that part right there, you could cut off with mushrooms. And then you go back to the starting line, and it's more complex than a lot of other starting courses. There's boost on the edge if you don't want to take the inside, but if you want, you can. It adds a little more depth to it. Let's turn right there, and it does a swell job of introducing anti-gravity and everything, and I think it's a really good starter course for a really good game. Oh! Ah! Flipper, get away! Okay, enough of the dolphin jokes. Okay, so, yes, Dolphin Shoals, the, good underwater track. I mean, I guess. I mean, it's good. I mean, yeah, it's the not mid underwater track, as I should say. I mean, that starting post, I didn't notice this, but yeah, it's really cool. I really like that starting post, though. It's pretty nice looking. I mean, this is a complex one, as it's in the Star Cup. You trick off these ramps, and there's those little doodly, and then you drift around the edge. And this part that's really similar to Bowser Castle 3, where there's a lot of different routes. You could go there, you could go there, you could go there, but the best route's that one right there, though. It's kind of like Yoshi Valley. It's cool. It's really cool. And then there's that little eel. I mean, it's not little. And you could trick off the edge. And me and my parents would always try to stay on there for as long as we can. And then there's this nice little turn up here. Then you go down and go over here. That's really cool. And then you drift around. And then there's this turn back, and then there's the goal. There's this underwater part too, which I like because if you're outside the water and then you go back in the water, it makes bloopers kind of just dysfunctional. And I like no bloopers because I don't really like bloopers. And yeah, it's a really cool course, and it is a lot of cool aesthetic, and the music is really good. Well, I mean, that isn't really a factor in that got deaded. But anyways, good course. Very good course. Not my first pick, but a really good course, and it is surprisingly the worst course in the Star Cup, which is actually no, that's the Electrodrome. Never mind. Number 8. Oh yeah, this is Toad Harbor. Does this count as a traffic course? I'm probably the first person in the world to ever think that, but I think it counts as a traffic course because of those trains those little those little carts that go on the course, and those little train cars that go on the course. I feel like that should count as like a traffic course. And this game already has quite a couple of traffic courses, but I think this should count as a traffic course. Sorry, I bugged. And you trick off that, you go over here. It's a lot of nice stuff. There's these dumps up here. And then there's 2 different routes, but like it's not like a separated route. This one goes around here, and that one goes over the top and cuts over there. And then eventually that one comes back, and that's cool. And then here's the train cars. It's a risk-reward factor. If you decide to cut down there, you get faster, but you could get hit by the train cars. Well, if you go this way, it's slower, but you don't have a risk. Then you go down the hill, you have all these boosts, and there's quite a bit of shortcuts on this course. And it's very cool, and I feel like it's a very good course. It's just that, and it's one of the better courses in the Flower Cup, I have to say. And, this guy just died off the edge. Sorry, I find that funny. Anyway, but credit to whoever filmed all these videos. I'll put whoever made the link of whoever made all these videos in the description. Number 4. Shy Guy Falls, the one that goes like There's a lot. Ooh, yeah, the waterfall. I think I remade this as like a while ago. I made like in Mario Kart PC. I'm pretty sure not a lot of you know what that is. But first off, there's those hammers, which add to the music, which is cool. You go down here, and first off, this one is one of the most unique courses in the game, cause yeah. First off, you go over here and jump over this gap. and then you drift around and you hit that jump right there. You go around, you drift, okay, down, and you hit those boost panels where you're going up the waterfall, and then the waterfall pushes you down. The waterfall pushes you down, and you go all the way down, and then there's that little extra path right there. I'm not sure if it's faster, I think it is. You go around this corner, and then you use a lot of jumps here, and you go around again, and then you go through a lap. It's very straightforward, to be honest. It's very straightforward with its aesthetic, but I think that's what makes it really good, and I like those little Shy Guys again. But anyways, good course, and next. Yeah, I don't know how to make a thwomp noise. Thwomp Ruins. The best course in the Mushroom Cup, and surprisingly hard in 200cc, because of that little turn right there. But I mean, I'm not really counting these off 200cc, it's more of 150cc. Alright, so let's see what we've got here. And I have played this game before, I'm just saying. So you take this turn around here, there's a little shortcut with a ramp over there if you want to take that. You drift around twice. Then you hit that little anti-gravity section if you want to, and then you kick a little boosts, or you could cut around on the inside, which I've seen a lot, but I mean, it's not a bad gimmick. You could use this to get away from the thwomp. And there's a lot of different ways you could play that section, and I think that's cool how they did that. And then you go off this anti-gravity ramp, which makes you go into gravity. I haven't really talked about that a lot, though, in the video, because it doesn't really do a lot, but I mean, it does a lot. It just does a lot viscerally. Then you turn around here, there's a shortcut right there, and then you could go off, and then you could go on those side parts right there, if you want to, and then there's another lap. It's surprisingly complex and hard and fun for a Mushroom Cup course, and I really liked how they did that, and that one section with all the splitting paths. Perfect. That's one of the best parts. Anyways, next course. Yes, Sunshine Airport. How's this doing? Oh, this is one of those courses where it's just like, why the heck are we driving here? And they always turn out to be some of the really good courses in those games, like a standout course. Like, we got Daisy Cruiser, Coconut Mall, and then we got Sunshine Airport. You Pinkled Peach, that's off topic, sorry. And then, so let's see here. You go off here, and then you take a drift around and around here. That's cool. You go around, and yeah. There's a little conveyor belt with crates. You go off this ramp, and then you go around here. Then you could go on the airplane, if you're good. But if you aren't, you'll fall back down there, or if you did intentionally. Then you drift around this corner, and you go off this ramp, and there's this little overlapping section, like this. It goes like this, and that is very cool. I like how that is like a very cool way of doing it. Sorry. It's a really cool way of doing it, and it's a unique way of doing it. It's kind of like a figure 8 right there. It's kind of like a little 8 right there, and it's really cool. Then you can jump over these crates right here and trick on the conveyor again, and then there's another lap. And oh yeah, where's that one part again? Let's see. Where is it? I'm gonna wait for that, and I'm gonna pause right when I see it. I don't know where I saw it though. You go around this corner again. And I wonder where it is. I don't know where it is, but it's essentially, oh yeah, there it is. that is it. The plane flies over you, and right there, you see, the plane flies over you. That's really cool, and I really like that. The plane like flies over you. That's really cool aesthetic wise, and I think that pluses this course even more into the top 5. So yeah. Anyways, what do you think it is? Yes, Bowser's Castle. One of the standout courses in that game. If you're not talking about Mario Kart 7, it's always been like a really solid course team. If you don't count Mario Kart 7 and Super Mario Kart. But it's a really cool in this game. Like, look at that. I used to always confuse it with Grumble Volcano, but I mean, they both have unique, and I really like them both, though, so it doesn't really matter. First off, you go down here. There's a little Bowser, and it's rock theme. You go down here, take that turn that Bowser's pointing you. Then you go back around here, U-turn, and then there's anti-gravity on this chain link. Take this turn, go above Fire Bar. Go above like a bowling ball or something like that. You take this turn again, another one of those fire bars. Then there's Bowser punching you. I sometimes get caught by that, to be honest. Kind of like the Thwomps on Rainbow Road in the original. Then take this turn again with that little lava spewing right next to you, and then you go back down, and it's really cool. And the best part is on the second lap. And the best part is on the second lap. And the best part is, on the second lap, the best part is, I think on the second lap, the Bowser heads start spewing lasers like they did in the original. That's so cool. And yeah, that's all I have to talk about with this course. And it's really cool, and it's really sick, and I like it. Rainbow Road. I love Rainbow Road. Yeah, oh, yes. Oh, God, I know this is gonna be a hot take, because people really don't like this Rainbow Road, just because it ditched the aesthetic a little bit and made it shorter. Like, what do you expect, a 5-section course? I mean, because Mario Kart 7 was 3 sections. Like, what do you expect, a 5-section course that's longer than the N64 Rainbow Road? The original? Like, what do you expect? No, like, I mean, they could have made it a 3-section track, but they still just made it like a really solid track, though. You take this turn around here, and you take this turn, and they really used anti-gravity well. Here, then there's these conveyors. I really like the space station theme of it. Like, I know it's a really hot take, but I really like space stations, because I used to really like space themed stuff when I was like really young, and it just gives me a lot of nostalgia when I talk about stuff like this and space stations and space stuff like that. I drift around here, and then there's this final like turn like spiral, and then you get to the goal again. Like, it's decently hard, and if you have smart steering off, and there's a lot of turns, and there's a lot of depth and complexity to this. And it's still like a really good Rainbow Road, but it could have been better, but it's still really good and a standout in this game, because I mean, every Rainbow Road is, let's be honest. That's a blimp. Oh yeah, it's Cloud Top Cruise, isn't it? Okay, yeah, Cloud Top Cruise, yay! Dang, the Special Cup? Like, it was off to a bad start with Dry Desert, I think? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think it's called Dry Desert. And then they recovered so dang hard here, though. Like, so hard. Then there's Cloud Top Cruise we have, and then there's Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road, and those kind of really carry the cup. And I think it's Bone Dry Dunes. Whoops, Bone Dry Dunes really just pulls down the cup, though. Dry Desert's the one from Double Dash. God damn it. Whatever. Whatever. So, anyways, we got that turn in the airships. I'm sorry. There's a lot of There's a lot of those like balloon things over there. Then you take these boosts, and there's thunders that hit the clouds. That's a really cool way to do it and diversify the track design. Then you hit this little question mark block, and then there's that shortcut right there. I don't really talk about it a lot because yeah. I mean, yeah, but it's still a really good course. Like, there's those balloon things right there. That's what I was talking about. That you could trick off of, kind of like the mushrooms in Mushroom Gorge. And I just really like it. And I kind of undersold this, but it's a really good course. And I feel like it should be one of the priorities for the next Mario Kart game. Number 1. You knew it, I knew it, everybody knew it. When coming into this list, it's Mount Wario. The only 3 section in the original Mario Kart 8, except for N64 Rainbow Road, this was the only 3 section course. And unlike N64 Rainbow Road, instead of making like a loop, it goes just down, and all it does, down. That's all it does. First off, you go off that plane. That is dope. You get off a ramp. That is dope. Make a jump. That is dope. You take this turn, another turn, a little snowy, and then there's that little part right there I can't stay on because I'm not too good at this game, but I'm okay. I mean, I've gotten second place on online race before, so I'm okay enough. And then there's that part with the boosts and the separate parts on like ice. Like, this is one of the good ice. This is like one of the rare good ice tracks. Like, this game managed to make ice tracks good. Like, there's Snowland and there's Sherbet Land and there's Mount Wario in this game. They actually managed to make snow tracks good, except for Rosalina's Ice World. But I mean, that's for a later video. Anyways, you drift around that. There's another corner, and then there's the boosts on the water, which is surprisingly harder to get than you think. And the only really like just mid part right here, where there's like a glider in the middle, it's the forest section. Like, I know people don't like the forest section, and I am fully understanding of them because there's a lot of trees in the way, and it's really hard to navigate them, and I fully understand them. It's really hard to navigate this part, but I mean, still, it's good enough. It's short enough, and then you drift down here, and then there's a jump, another jump, and then you drift around in these little goals, and it now looks more like a skiing place, like DK Summit, which is like also one of the good ice tracks. I forgot to mention that. But anyway, you drift around here, and then you go down, and then look at that. You go down all the way here and hit those boost panels, and then you go around here. You hit those little hoops, and then it's a mad dash to the end right here. I remember always being my dad at like the last section, right here. And yeah, it's very cool. It's a 3-section course, and it's the best course in Mario. It's the best course original to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If you don't count the boosters course pass, if you don't include the DLCs. It's the end of the video.